George Bush erhielt einer der schlechtesten Nachrichten in der Geschichte der USA.
I knew that this was not a coincidence. I thought about what I would say. I opened the door to the room, came in. That's when I walked up to the president and I leaned over and I whispered into his right ear, "A second plane hit the second tower. America is under attack."
Die Situation war kritisch, aber der Präsident wusste, dass er nicht in Panik geraten durfte. Er saß vor Kindern, die aufgeregt waren, weil vor ihnen im Klassenzimmer die höchste Autorität des Landes war.
I remember when he came in, even as a 7-year-old, you know who the president is, right? And I remember like even feeling like that young, feeling like kind of like starstruck and giddy, like I'm going to Disney World or something. And I put my hand over my heart. Like when you think about patriotic things when you're that little, you do the Pledge of Allegiance every day and I literally put my hand over my heart.
Die Situation war außer Kontrolle geraten. Die New Yorker Innenstadt stand nach einem schrecklichen Anschlag in Flammen. Aber George Bush konnte nichts mehr tun, als einen kühlen Kopf zu behalten.
Andy Card comes up to behind me and says, "Second plane has hit the second tower. America's under attack." And I'm watching a child read. And then I see the press in the back of the room beginning to get the same message I just got. And I could see the horror etched on the face of the news people who had just gotten the same news. During a crisis, it's really important to set a tone and not to panic. And so I waited for the appropriate moment to leave the classroom. I didn't want to do anything dramatic. I didn't want to, lurch out of the chair and scare the classroom full of children. And so I waited.
Seine Körperhaltung völlig verändert, als er die Nachricht hörte. Er sah unkonzentriert aus, aber er wollte niemanden alarmieren.
I was studying him intently, and his mouth was kind of drawn and tight, and there was for just a brief moment, sort of a startled look in his eyes, and also a weightiness to him, if you will. I could tell he was really focused on trying to get through that event.
Und natürlich, während er vor den Kindern ruhig blieb, herrschte in den Straßen der Innenstadt von New York City Terror.
I don't know. Let's just get back. Get back.
Die Welt war Zeuge einer Tat, die als Kriegserklärung betrachtet werden konnte. George Bush konnte nicht mehr viel machen, als vor allen Menschen ruhig zu bleiben.
You're literally seeing the mindset of the President of the United States play out on TV. Everything about what he thought he was about as a president is changing right in front of you. We hear about the great wartime leaders, Churchill, Roosevelt, others, days, if not weeks, to process and gird themselves for what was ahead. This is all happening in real time.
Das Grauen auf den Straßen von New York City benötigte eine sofortige Antwort des Präsidenten, der dies erst tun konnte, als er ins Weiße Haus kam.
The pictures of airplanes flying into buildings, fires burning, huge structures collapsing, have filled us with disbelief, terrible sadness, and a quiet, unyielding anger. These acts of mass murder were intended to frighten our nation into chaos and retreat. But they have failed. Our country is strong. A great people has been moved to defend a great nation. Terrorist attacks can shake the foundations of our biggest buildings, but they cannot touch the foundation of America.
Aber natürlich sollte die Verurteilung der Ereignisse durch den Präsidenten nicht die einzige Reaktion der Vereinigten Staaten von Amerika sein. Hier wurde die Figur des George Bush, der ein ruhiger Mann gewesen war, als er die Nachrichten in einem Raum voller Kinder erfahren hatte, zu einem Präsidenten, der einen Krieg beginnen wird.
My fellow citizens, at this hour, American and coalition forces are in the early stages of military operations to disarm Iraq, to free its people, and to defend the world from grave danger. On my orders, coalition forces have begun striking selected targets of military importance to undermine Saddam Hussein's ability to wage war. These are opening stages of what will be a broad and concerted campaign.
Die Wahrheit ist, dass der Terroranschlag alle überrascht hat. Niemand hätte sich vorstellen können, dass dies geschehen könnte, mit Ausnahme des Präsidenten, der an einer Veranstaltung mit kleinen Kindern teilnahm.
Andy Card comes up to behind me and says, "Second plane has hit the second tower. America's under attack." And I'm watching the child read. And then I see the press in the back of the room beginning to get the same message I just got. And I could see the horror etched on the face of the news people who had just gotten the same news. During a crisis, it's really important to set a tone and not to panic.